first, let me break down the basic principles of what an intercooler is. This right here, this is an intercooler. This particular model is a Peterbilt, came off a Peterbilt 379 model, and it has a C15 cat engine in it. So what this intercooler does is it takes your exhaust gases and it cools them down. It pushes. Well, let me back this up. Let me go over the intake and exhaust system itself. Right here, this is your exhaust manifold. This is where the combustion air of your engine comes out and goes to your intercooler. Right here is where a turbo would be mounted. This port right here is your exhaust. This is your intake. You have the turbo mounted here. You have your impeller side of the turbo and your turbine side. The impeller side draws in air at the same time as your intake over here on the other side of the engine. And what that does is it helps speed up the combustion cycle inside the engine here. It allows the air to move quicker to each cylinder, allowing the compression rate to fire faster. And that here is where the exhaust comes out. It'll go through, and then both of them the exhaust will feed over here to your intercooler. The intercooler cools down the hot air that came out of your engine because the temperature is anywhere from 900 to 1250 degrees. So it gets pretty hot, so it needs to recool it in order to recycle it back into the engine so it gets clean, cool air. So what it does, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply air and pressure test this intercooler and get it up to specs. And we're going to check to make sure there are no leaks, to make sure the air is going through the intercooler correctly and cooling down before it enters the engine. So here, got my air hose supplies, hook it up, and I'm now going to apply pressure and put air into my system. At the same time, I hooked up my tool here. It helps make sure you get a complete closed circuit, so you're making sure you're testing every area and air is going everywhere just like as liquid would, because this air is only a representation as, or excuse me, I don't know, excuse me. This air is air.
The air is exhausted.
I know.
Exhausted. Now I'm going to go ahead.
So I'm going to go ahead and, I turned open my regulator, you can hear the air coming out. I'm going to go ahead and get it up to the right pressure. I'm about to do one take. Got it? Alright, this side's the exhaust, this side's the intake. Right here is where a turbo would be mounted. This side would be the turbine side, this side would be the compressor side of the turbo. So how it works is your turbo, your compressor intakes air along with your intake side of the engine, allowing to speed up the compression ratio of the engine. It allows faster air to move to each cylinder and allowing each piston to act faster on its top dead center down to bottom dead center, allowing for a faster compression rate. It's helping our engine work efficiently off what it already produces, just allowing it to recycle back into the engine. So right here is the intercooler where the exhaust of the turbo and the engine is hooked up to. This intercooler here will cool your exhaust emissions, allowing it to get to the proper temperature over to your intake side of the intercooler, allowing cool, fresh air to enter at a faster rate as well. It's, like I said, it's an efficient way for your engine to produce just using what it simply already creates. Alright, so here I have my pressure regulator that I'm going to be hooking up to with my air supply hose. So what I'll do is I'll hook this up. I'll then add air into my intercooler here, which will pressurize it so I can see if it's holding pressure to make sure there are no leaks inside of the intercooler. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Alright, it's getting pressure over here. No, I want you to put the video to it, dude. Alright, we're at 15 at the moment. Almost more to 18. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around here and listening for leaks. Brace around our hose clamps and our pressure test device here. We're also going to come here to the intercooler and we're going to feel around to make sure. We're going to check to make sure all your clamps and everything is tightened down properly. And then we're going to go back over to our pressure regulator and make sure it's holding pressure. That will show us that our intercooler is going to hold pressure and is working properly without having any leaks. And you can see here, it's held, it's working. So that's how you pressure test an intercooler to make sure it's working and the basic principles of your intake and exhaust systems. Kevin Black from Jones Technologies.